Hello everybody, welcome to Vinland Saga episode 17, Anime Review. I'm gonna first off apologise, this is a day late. I couldn't get it done yesterday. I tried, but I did not have enough time because I was waiting in line for 6 hours to get into that Pokemon Centre thing in London. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, it's here now. The review is here today for you people. Yeah, this episode. Okay, no, I know I pulled a face there. This episode was bloody great. Like, I'm gonna fully admit I was wrong earlier on when I was like, it's really slow, you know, Vinland Saga. Retro, like from now looking back, totally the right move. Absolutely, like, thumbs up. Good idea, because it built the characters up to make this moment, or this series of moments, like it's all coming together at this point. All the characters are doing things. I admit I was wrong, so everyone could be like, of course you were wrong. I'm like, no, I was wrong. Good job. But yeah, loved this episode. Loved the violence, the brutality of the stab. That horse, dude. We'll get to it when we get to it, but bloody hell. That horse. Both horses. 2 horses got wrecked this episode. Oh my god. This episode was horse. If you like horses, don't watch this episode, because wasn't great for them. But anyway, let's get on with the episode. Let's just do it, see what happened and everything. Let's do this. We pick up right where we left off, with half of Askeladd's forces deciding that, nah, I say half, it's the vast majority of them deciding, nah, we don't really want to, we don't like you. We're going to take the prince for ourselves. But the guy, Torgrim, which is, it's absolutely known. There's Torgrim, there's Torfinn, and there's Torkel, all in one scene later on, or pretty much one scene, and it's you know, can come up with more creative names. I mean, aren't they based on actual people? So maybe, But yeah, they say like, hey, I don't want to kill you, Askeladd, and then we flash back to some blonde people talking about Avalon and King Artorius, who is King Arthur, or who King Arthur is based on. King Arthur is not a real person, but King Artorius was, and it's like he inspired the mythos, whatever you call it, the Arthurian legend. I believe that's right. The blonde kid turned out to be Askeladd, and he goes, you know what, guys? I've always hated all of you. And he starts killing them. And everyone's like, what? Okay, well, you know, now we can... Battle breaks out. Thorfinn, Bjorn, the prince, the drunk priest, is that all of them? They all escape in their cart. Askeladd stays behind to fight some off. There's a few chasing them on horseback, like 5 or 6. I think they said actually 10, but I didn't count 10. I can't count to 10. It's far too high a number. Torkel is like, he needs some glasses, he can't really see, but he's like, I think they're fighting. That's not cool. I'm gonna go say hi, basically. I'm gonna go ask them why they're fighting without me, because Torkel's the one character that, like, I don't really see him as anything more than just a bad guy, you know? Like, he's just, ooh, I like fighting, you know? I kind of wish they had a bit more to him. Maybe it's been there and it's just I've not been paying enough attention. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing, because I am a... I mean, I've been wrong about this show. I'm really enjoying it now. Like, I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, the Thorfinn's team are, you know, they're going. The chasers are trying to convince Bjorn. They're like, hey, help us out, bro. And they're like, no, he's more loyal to Askeladd than anything, which is true. Their horse gets wrecked. It gets axed in the nostril, the nose hole, and it like collapses and they get launched into the air, basically. Somehow when that Thorfinn rotates and knees the dude's head off and gets a horse and then starts riding, Bjorn eats a mushroom and is about to save the prince, but we don't really see any more on that. If I remember right, the mushroom like makes him rage mode. Like, is that what he was like at the very beginning when he fought Tors? Didn't he eat a mushroom? Maybe I've made that up, but I seem to remember that. Thorfinn turns back around on the horse and goes back to Askeladd, and he's like, "Don't you dare die! If you die before don't die before I kill you." Basically, is what it is. Good old Thorfinn. Can I just say also, like, it just occurred to me, people, the common complaint that I hear about Vinland Saga, and I don't hear many complaints, if I'm being honest, because it is a very good show. The common complaint I hear is like it's not realistic, and you know, Thorfinn doing mid thing and then kneeing the dude in the head and then getting the horse all in like one swift motion. Yeah, it's not very realistic, but it was cool. Like, I don't personally, I don't really get why you'd watch anime for something really realistic. Maybe that's just me. Like, to me, anime is like, it's good because it's not realistic and you could do much more with it. Maybe you know, to each their own and all that, but it's just what I think. Go back to Askeladd, and he's fought a few dudes. You know, he's killed 17. We'll go with that. But he's beginning to tire out. You know, he's bleeding a little bit, but he's huffing and puffing and blowing your house down. But he's still fighting them all. There's a cool like fight scene with him doing them all. Good old Askeladd. Then they notice that he's being really desperate, and they decide to use archers instead because, oh no, they notice he's desperate after they begin using the archers, because he tries to like not really beg. Well, I guess it is sort of beg, and he's like, you need me because Bjorn will trade me for the prince because Bjorn values me more than the prince. Which honestly, that's actually true. You know, that's probably true. And then they're like, you're being weird, Askeladd. After they've shot him, this is, and he's got one in his arm, a few in his legs, which, I mean, I'll mention it in a minute, but like him covered in arrows, yeah, that was absolutely deliberate. We'll get back to it a bit later on, but yeah, he says like couldn't wait any longer for the true king's return. The true king, of course, being Artorias, because the whole thing is one day when he's healed, he'll return from Avalon to lead, and you should follow him. Yeah, couldn't wait any longer for the true king. So I guess that's why like the prince is sort of like a stand-in, or maybe he believes the prince has got the same qualities as King Artorias. I'm not too sure on that one. Thorfinn's over the hill and he sees what's happening. He's like, no! And honestly, they had me. They had me for a minute. I was like, he's gonna die. Askeladd's gonna die right here because he's covered in arrows. They've got him surrounded. Thorfinn can't get to him. The covered in arrows bit, just like Thor's was at the very beginning, and Thorfinn's watching it again. Honestly, good stuff. Got me. I was like, they're gonna kill him. Like, I don't think I've said, but I haven't read the manga. I feel like that should be obvious, but I haven't read the manga, so I had you know, proper got me. But no, he doesn't die. Torkel saves Askeladd. Whether or not he was trying to save Askeladd is, well, I don't think it is up for debate. He wasn't trying to save him, was he? He just wanted to see what's up. Somehow they managed to shoot two dudes in the back of the head with an arrow, or arrows, without anybody noticing it. Stealth arrows, you know. Torkel's like, I'm here. That's what he sounds like too. So the traitor team, led by Torgrim, will throw their weapons down because they're like, Torkel, we like you, my dude. Torgrim, this is, or Torgrin. Torgrin. It's either Torgrin or Torgrim. He's not too important, you know. He's probably, well, we'll get to it. He tries negotiating with Torkel, he's picking his nose, which, you know, that's the thumbnail, is Torkel picking his nose every time, man. He's having none of it. He talks to Askeladd and he's like, you're Askeladd, right? You're a smart dude. How's Thorfinn? And he's like, no, he's not part of the rebellion. He's like, that's good, you know, shouldn't be part of the rebellion. Oh well. And then Torkel's like, kill them all. And then, so they do. Bloodbath ensues, as I said. Torgrim goes up against Torkel every time. I have to double check every time there's a Tor name because I might be wrong. I think I've got them all right, but there's one that's probably slipped by. Yeah, he like passes out in fear. He might have even died from fear. He's like stood up though with his eyes open, but he's at least passed out, and he might be dead. But you know, rip, I guess. Wasn't really a fan of him. Torgrim passes out. In the midst of all the fighting and the bloodbath going on, who should charge in but Thorfinn? Torkel then punches his horse, like, in the ribs. The way they did it, they didn't even shy away from it. It was just boom, like that. It was cool in like a, poor horse, you know. Don't punch horses, kids. Don't punch any animals, kids, unless your life is in immediate danger. I think you could be forgiven then. But don't just punch an animal. Like, if something's gnawing on your leg, by all means, punch at it. But, I mean, if it's just walking down the street, don't go kick it. Why am I doing this like it's a PSA? Everybody knows that. Everybody is sensible here in this chat. Chat? Sure. Thorfinn is defending Askeladd. He's like, don't you dare kill him. If you kill him, you're dead. And like everyone's like, whoa, he's picking a fight with Torkel. Big old scary Torkel. And everyone's like, whoa, crazy. Even Torkel is impressed, I guess. He's like, hand Askeladd over. If you say no, I will kill you. Thorfinn, I mean, he's got to win, right? And we'll get to it right now. They're going to have a duel over Askeladd, and that's going to begin next episode. So as I said, he's got to win, right? That was the end of the episode, I should have said. He has to win, because I'm assuming losing means death for at least Thorfinn, probably Askeladd as well. I guess we could follow the king and... not the king, the prince and Bjorn. But probably... Thorfinn should probably live, you know. And Askeladd too, he's an interesting character. I don't know how he's going to win. Like, how it's going to be different from the last fight they had. I'm sure it'll be good. I think that's going to encompass most of next week's episode. That and Bjorn eating a mushroom as well. He's going to, you know, get bigger. That's what mushrooms do. Mario teaches me everything. But yeah, as I said, this episode had a bit of everything on it. It had like drama, had blimmin' emotion, it had cool action, which is, you know, that's an important thing. What else did it have? A lot of things. Horses. If you're a fan of horses, again, don't watch this episode. Yeah, it was violent. The violence when the bloodbath was going on, they were proper impaling them. I feel like this show's getting that across. They're not shying away from that dude's got no head anymore. You know, Askeladd cuts a dude in half, and I didn't even mention that. He cuts through his helmet, and they're all like, "Whoa, let's think." And that's what causes them to go for the archery, because they're like, "Okay, hand-to-hand combat, not hand-to-hand, but you know what I mean. Melee combat isn't working. Pew, archer." But yeah, I don't know what to say. I was wrong. Vinland Saga is really, really good, and I'm starting to get it. I said a few weeks ago now, I was like, I don't really get it. You know, I don't really get Vinland Saga. I'm getting Vinland Saga now. I'm understanding why the fans love it so much, and that's a good thing. So, thumbs up Vinland Saga. Again, sorry this episode was a day late. It was out of my hands. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you next week for another episode of Vinland Saga. If you enjoyed this review, consider subscribing and liking and commenting and other things YouTube likes. I will see you next week, as I said. And bye, guys.